Walley, Honest Beers this week. We touched on a number of different things. You had a surprise. You basically ate one of the greatest sandwiches, best sandwiches you've ever had in your life. You also had an unbelievable honest list as well.
Yeah, I've got an honest list about awkward moments which we can all relate to. There's the final Pizza Hut update and plenty more. Check it out.
Yeah, DT's list is all about Pendles. So if you're a Pies fan, you cannot miss that. Make sure you tune in. Welcome to Honest Beers. My name is Leggy, and as always, I'm joined by Walley. How are you, mate?
I'm good, mate. Very well. Very well.
Top of the world?
Top of the world. Great weekend, apart from the footy result, but that's okay. Going to be a big weekend this weekend. Look at the setup here.
I know.
You're listening to this, you won't know this, but we have, for DT...
Well, we've got Spotify video now.
We have Spotify video, so you can check it out.
Yeah.
We've got a Collingwood jumper on the on the desk.
We do.
DT's man, Scotty Pendles, is going to break the record in his gold 10 on the weekend. So
DT's excited
very
as well.
excited, DT.
Yeah, got the dogs out as well, but bare feet in here. I don't know if we've. I don't know whether we've.
Is that approved?
I don't know whether that's approved by our landlord Dan, but he's got the dogs out, which is interesting. But mate, how do you feel, Scotty Pendles, your hero?
Yeah, so Scotty Emblebury could walk, so Scott Pendlebury could run. So that's a big week. I think they're expecting 90,000 plus there. So
huge.
I don't really think there'll be many Eagles fans, which is good for the game. So, excited.
It'll be like a Collingwood GWS prelim. It'll just be like all 99% Pies.
One of the greatest games of all time as well. Though,
and not that like, you know, you were ever in doubt, but the fact that West Coast won, they kind of got their little win for the next 6 weeks. I feel like this could be a Pies by 100 type demolition job. And Pendlebury, they'll be getting the footy to him as well. It's going to be a great afternoon.
Yeah, it should be a good game of footy. It's also Harley Reid's 50th game. So.
Huge. On your Harley one, mate. Got there.
Jeez, he was good on the weekend.
He was.
Okay, so off the top, I've just got to take the attention away from the run sheet.
Oh, wow.
I'm just dropping this on you.
Wow.
I didn't put this in the run sheet. We caught up, and we'll talk about our weekend, but we caught up on
Saturday.
We caught up on Friday and Saturday.
Sorry, yes.
And I still have managed to keep this to myself because I wanted to deliver it first here. Last week, I went to lunch with a former boss, mentor, whatever you want to call it, to catch up. And I may have had the best sandwich I've ever had in my life.
Ooh, that is unbelievable. We need like a pew, pew, pew. We need some kind of noise.
It wasn't a bar, man. It wasn't a club.
What?
It was a katsu chicken sando.
Fucking, that's...
So it was at a place called Saint Rue in the Emporium of all places.
Oh, I've been there.
And
so
I'll start. The bread's incredible. It's that just nice, fluffy white bread. That's fine.
I've had
it's
it too.
Simplicity
I'm
at its
salivating
best.
right now.
Then what happens is you get this incredible piece of chicken that is just cooked to perfection. But it's the crumb that you get around this. The katsu crumb is...
Don't forget the packaging as well.
The packaging is amazing. It's in a little box. But the thing is that the katsu crumb... It's a different sort of a crunch. So you crunch through and it's got varying stages of crunch. You think you're through, but you're not, and then you go again. So the texture of it is unlike anything I've eaten before in my life. I'm not big on the katsu sandos. I haven't had a lot before, but I have had them.
Right up your alley.
I've had plenty of katsu.
Of course, yeah.
So that's all fine. All of
I'm a big katsu guy.
But the thing is, this sandwich, this was an absolute game changer now. So what's going to happen in the next 12 to, 18 months is I'm now going to have to go and work out, is this like a standard? Is this a sandwich that is the number one sandwich? Or was this that good that I go, this is the best sandwich? Because the thing is, you can have a favorite cuisine, but the best individual dish you've ever had could come from another cuisine.
Very true.
So, I mean, obviously that could happen. So your best ever meal could be outside of your favorite cuisine.
Yeah.
So I've always said the banh mi, the club sandwich are in.
Well, you said that a couple of weeks ago.
They're in the fight for number one. Club sandwich has to have the little cellophane top toothpicks and beer batter fries or shoestrings in the middle. That's the thing. Banh mi gets there on its own. But this sandwich, oh my God, it fucking blew me away. And I had to talk.
Yeah, everything's got it all.
They do everything.
The Japanese. And did you have a yuzu to accompany it? Like a little soda?
No, I didn't. But this is the thing is that I was sort of like, I didn't know what I was walking into. I thought this was a quick catch up. I didn't look because it doesn't have a Japanese name as well.
I didn't know what I was walking
I didn't know. So I sat there and it was a bit weird and it felt like a shopping centre sort of cafe.
It is.
What happened after that?
There's a dumpling place next door, I think, or like a noodle place. Yeah.
What happened after that? was so excited I went into Lids and bought some hats afterwards.
Wow.
So it was like it was a day.
I don't want to break it to you, but I reckon I went to that place like 5 years ago.
Incredible?
Back working
Was it incredible?
in Collins Street as well.
Yeah.
It's fucking phenomenal. Like it just. You had the chicken,
I-
right?
oh,
But
wait,
they're-
I'm going back for the
That's what I
Wagyu.
was going to say. The Wagyu is outstanding. I actually wouldn't mind going with you for that. 'Cause
So
I
we'll
haven't,
do it.
I haven't had it
Let's
for
do it.
years.
Yeah,
I haven't had it
it's-
since I haven't worked
we-
in the city since 2024.
I'll be going weekly, so
Yeah.
just whenever you're in there. But that is now,
It's
that
pretty.
is-
I tell you what I did once there.
Yeah.
I over ordered the first ever time I went. I
Oh,
got like
because that look,
3,
you think
because they look
it's
small.
No,
But you have one and you're done.
I think one's fine.
You could do
3
2.
between 2.
yeah.
My recommendation, if you can eat it, I would go with a mate and get 3 different ones. So you have to get the chicken,
You can try them all.
maybe get the pork.
The pork's
and then,
good.
and then get the Wagyu.
Pork's good. I've had it all. Pork's good, but it's number 3 on the list. It's chicken, then Wagyu, then pork for me. But Wagyu is so close to the chicken.
Okay,
I think, and I reckon that might change you. But just again, shout out again the name.
Saint Drew.
Yep. In
Spelled.
Emporium.
I think it was French spelling like DREA.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember the
AUX.
exact. Yeah.
Saint Drew in the Emporium.
Food court upstairs. Yeah.
Incredible. Just incredible. I just
I didn't know any
I
of
get
this.
chills thinking about it. I kept it to myself. I thought I need to deliver this. This is fucking big. This is our this
Yeah,
is our
and I'm glad that I
heritage
know
falling
I can
over. This is
relate
what-
to it because I've
we,
had it.
we don't break footy news. We don't do that. We don't break any news really. But what we will do is that we will deliver like really big factual information in the culinary world within reason. Not that much culinary, more just things like this. So I got asked for recommendations of new places. This is my place.
Can I just say, and not to go on harp on this too much, but to kind of get to your point around how good it is. I still remember the first time I had it, and this is 5 years ago. And I distinctly remember I went with Pato, friend of the show, and also Dan Parisi, probably friend of the show.
Yeah, Dan, yeah.
The 3 of us, I'll never forget, we went down that escalator, and I just sort of turned and I go, how fucking good was that sandwich? Like, it is like, so I know exactly what you're going through right now.
I was there with friend of the show, Luke Waldron, actually. He was the one that took me, and he goes, what
Not
do you
really
think?
friend of the show.
No, we've had fun
Okay.
beef. But so good friend of mine. Anyway, just be clear on that this time. Anyway, then he was like, "How was it?" And then he got excited with how excited I was.
Yeah. A big for you to go and meet him.
Yeah. So yeah.
Mended some bridges there.
No, we're good mates, mate.
Very good. No, that was great. Well, we got to like just quickly recap the weekend because I then saw you Friday for a few jars, and then saw you Saturday. Went to the Hawks D's game at the G, which was great spectacle. Nearly 70,000, 23 degrees. Went with a few friends of the show as well. Joey and Ash
we
from
did.
the DDF crew.
Joey and Ash from DDF. Obviously, 1 Hawk, 1 D. Ash got the rub of the green on the day. It was great.
Great arvo. 500 ml Asahi cans.
500 ml. Now, I will say this: we are, and watch this space because we are wanting to do more with the local.
Yes,
brewers,
we've got
so
to.
stay tuned.
There's an update next week on that.
There is an update next week, and we're very excited. So we are doing that. However, when we did, we did have tank draft and then into
of course.
into Asahi.
You can only drink what's in front of you.
You can only.
You can't take beers in.
Mils.
Yeah, 500
Asahis.
mil.
That's I don't think anyone's turning them down.
Yeah.
But there is more coming in that space. But that was really good.
Good
Obviously,
arvo.
game
Into
back to the home deck afterwards at the Erica, obviously, and just made a
little
pretty
feed.
good weekend. Steak in. Enjoyed it. Went to David's Dumplings on Sunday just to wrap up the weekend.
Fucking hell. Well, there's one thing you missed. You went and watched DT play footy.
I did. I went and watched. I took Jack and one of his mates to watch DT play
the
footy.
Wattle Park Parkers at the animal enclosure.
They were coming fresh off a basketball win. I said, "What do you want to do? Do you want to go? We can go down to like one of the Vaffers. You can watch a bit of footy from earlier. What do you want to do? You got an hour or two before a party. They go, I want to watch some local footy. I said, I've got just the place.
Yeah.
So we went down and watched. I will say this: DT launched one from a kick out that went beyond the centre wing. He has a leg.
How'd you go, DT? Any?
Lost by 7, so it's 0-5. So
But in 5 games.
yeah.
Fucking hell.
So I'm pretty sure the Swans was 0-5 one year and still made
They
finals. So that's our inspiration for the rest of the
Yeah,
year.
they did.
Hawthorn were.
Yeah, true.
And won a
2 years
final.
ago. Yeah.
That's true.
So there you go. Just
It can.
saying
It
similar
can.
areas. But no, went and watched went and watched footy. I had a lot of local sport actually on the weekend. It was good. It was good. I'll tell you what, we'll be coming back because what I did realise there is that I was able just to sit, and I was just building same game multis for the Hawks game. In the back.
Yeah, you're in the forward pocket.
In the forward pocket. And
Jack,
the boys
I
were just
Jack and his mates were just
running around, trying to high-five players. And I was like, listen, mate. I said, you don't need to worry about these guys for high-fives. And he tried to get a pen out of the car. And I go, you're not... None of them...
No, I did hear it. DT. I was like, who's this? And Jack's he's on the bench while I'm waiting to me. So.
And I go, none of these guys out here, full respect, but they are not signing any of your clothing, mate. I don't want DT and Will Taylor's signature as much as I love them both.
Got a bit of a Will Taylor update in a little bit too. But
so we'll get to that. But I was like, Tails, we'll come down and watch. But I don't think you need to be signing Jack's Hawks jumper.
No, absolutely.
Anyway, but no, it was great, DT. We will be back. Very enjoyable. The canteen was shut though?
It was open for the women's game before us. Then I think before we kind of come on, they closed it. But there wasn't much options. There was no dimmies, which they got good dim sims at the canteen. So
I'm just gonna talk about food again. Marmalade boys.
Dim sim hot dog
and Will Taylor. So they do a service, so we know to eaters. And if there's anything interesting in that space, they broadcast it, and we've had confirmation it's very delicious. Marvel Stadium, who I'm a big advocate of. What Scotty Fitz is doing over at Marvel, I'm a big advocate because what they've done is they've gone, we are not just going to do, we're not the 100,000 seat Coliseum where people go step in tradition. We're a multi-purpose stadium, and the culinary areas they're playing in, dim sim rolls. It's basically like a dim sim banh mi, and for me, that's just won me over again. So there you go. So chicken sando at St. Drew, dim sim banh mi's, but don't go to Wattle Park if you want food at a footy game.
Plus Mount Erica steak and then David's View on Sunday. Quite the weekend.
Huge.
Quite the weekend.
Jesus. Yeah. Anyway, we should move on.
I wanted to look back. I know we don't love to, as the great SD Marshall would sometimes say, we don't want to always look in the rearview mirror. We want to look ahead. But I did just want to think, we did two episodes, in fact, leading into the season, the footy season, with our AFL over-under team win predictions. And I just thought, let's not spend more than a couple of minutes on this. Let's just quickly go through team by team based on the ladder at the moment and just be like, how are we tracking? So I'm happy to open the batting. So pretty obvious one to start. Sydney are at the top of the ladder, and Freo. In fact, we can do this in one fell swoop. But they're both 9-1. We took them both to go over, so very, very comfortable with that.
Yeah, very good.
Cats, I took to go over. They're 7-3. I believe their line was like 14.5, maybe. Took the Cats over. Did you go over?
I might have rage baited them. And said no, but then just gone, look, they're probably too good anyway. So I would have been right on the...
Gold Coast, we both took over the 15.5. They're 7-3 as well. Yeah. Melbourne, or Nam, we did not...
I went under.
Yeah, I think it was...
Confidently.
Yeah, it was 8.5.
Just got it wrong.
I think for memory. I said it was going to be close. I actually respected Melbourne and Stephen King, but I didn't expect anything like this. So congrats to them. They've Alan Scott, they've proved us wrong. Hawks, we obviously took over 14.5. There's 6 wins and a draw. So... Should still get there. If they don't get there, then they're not finishing in the top 7. So I'd be stunned if that didn't happen. Lions, we both took over. They're 6-4.
They'll get there.
They'll win. You'd think they'll win 16, 17 games.
They'll get there.
Although they'd have to get their skates on because they're 6-4. Actually, to be honest, they probably can't win 17 games because that would mean they can only lose 1. Oh, no, wait, there's 23 games. No, they could get there. They'd have to only lose 2 more for the rest of the year. That's tight.
Well, maybe they don't get there then.
I think they get to 16. I'm just saying I don't think they get to 17.
Yeah.
I reckon they only just cover.
Yeah, okay.
Adelaide was the line was 14.5 after finishing top last year. I took the under there at 6-4.
I definitely went under.
They're right on the precipice.
Yeah,
could go either way.
Well, this is huge for them down in Tassie against us.
Yeah, that's the type of thing. Yep. And speaking of huge, Saints are 5-5. Their line was 12.5. We both took over. Could definitely get there. They've had a tough run. They got a favourable draw late, but they need to get their skates on. Next few weeks they got Freo, Hawks, and Sydney. They need to win at least one of them, and then they've got the Giants. If they go 2-2 in the next 4 and get to 7-7, they can get over 12.5. Yep. If they're 6-8, I reckon they're in struggle street. Dogs are 5-5. I think their line was 12.5. We both said, give me the over. And when they started the year 4-0, we thought, fucking, this is great. They could finish top. They've really regressed, but still a chance to get there.
Yeah, they are, and they'll get players back and that. And I mean, tough one dropping Saturday, but that happens.
100%. Pies are 4 wins and a draw. We both took under 13.5. That could go either way. They should beat the West Coast this week. They could easily get to 13.5. They could always easily finish 12. that was always going to be a tricky watch, and I reckon it could be one of those ones because Craig McRae's coaching really well, and they are giving teams a fright. What they did to Sydney last week, the Hawks draw, like they're not a walkover. Not that we ever expected them to be, but they can beat anyone on their day. So that's always going to be a bit of squeaky bum time for us. North was 7.5. We took the under. They started the year like a house on fire. I'm starting to feel a bit better than that. I don't know if North win 4 more games.
No,
especially not from
that, which is good.
Shit that they dished out on Saturday.
Yeah, and then the rest of the rating's pretty grim.
Well, the Giants are 4-6 as well. We took under. That was fine.
That's fine.
Port Adelaide were 9.5. We took over because they had such an easy draw, but it just hasn't materialised. Yeah. So that's looking bad. West Coast, I took over 3.5, and they're on 3. So surely they just get one more win.
Yep, you'd think so.
They do have Essendon in Perth in a couple of weeks. That could be the one.
This is where it's grim.
We both had Carlton over 8.5.
I reckon I had all 3 of these over, and all 3 look like
Essendon was 7.5. I had that over, but I had Richmond under
5.5.
You're the Tigers apologist on this pod.
I am. And the other thing is, I'm like, surely they're going to improve, and there's I don't know what's going on there.
DT, your views on that, on some of those? Where do you reckon? How do you reckon we're looking? Have we read the room?
No, they're doing well. I think the Doggies one's tough because obviously they lost so many important players, and obviously Bonti's playing under an injury cloud as well. So I just don't know if they can really put it together without some of their key players not in. So
they basically need to go 8 and 9. My maths are terrible. They need to win 8 games out of 13. So they need 8 and 5.
Yeah, and I think Brisbane. We know what Brisbane's like. They obviously won the premiership last 2 years, so they'll just find their groove.
There'll be a response this week.
Yeah.
Well, the Lions just have to get to 16.
Yep. So the way I look at this is it's 50-50s across the board. If you get 9 or you break even. If you get 10, you're ahead. So if we can get 10 of 18 right, we've done our job.
Yeah, I think
actually it's not our job at all.
I think Freya's an interesting one. Didn't think they were going to be 9-1 to start the year. We've always kind of waited for Freya to win those games that they normally drop, and then this year they're actually winning those games. So it's Wolfie time.
I saw with
Wolfie time.
I saw with friends of ours, DT, that PointsBet had Freo $51 to go undefeated at home this year, and now that's into 9s.
Wow.
They got the Saints this week.
Hang on, they've got to have. Well, they had Hawthorn. That looked dead at 3/4 time.
They got the Saints this week.
There must be another. There must be a Brisbane or a Geelong or Sydney or someone over there. In terms of honest list, I was thinking about this, and the best way to describe this week's honest list is these are my top 5 just regular, everyday moments, situations that are so awkward.
Oh yeah, you talked about doing
just awkward.
This is good.
All right. At number 5, I've gone in order too because I'm really the top couple really resonate with me, and so I'm an overthinker afterwards. A lot of people would probably think just doesn't.
I would have said an underthinker.
Yeah, exactly. Cruises through life. Has an interaction.
You do
and
sweat
moves on to
very small stuff.
All the small stuff.
Yeah.
I remember saying once I don't take myself too seriously, and I had a group of mates just go, "You are fucking kidding."
Yeah, I've had some funny chats over a few wines with your wife about this.
Yeah, exactly. So the first one, and this can come in a lot of combinations, and this is something I think most people would experience, and it's around forgetting people's names, but it's not just that because everyone asked the question 2 minutes later, you forgot their name.
Always.
It's the awkward situation when you're having a conversation with somebody and they know that you don't know their name.
Yeah. Because and
then they're and then at the first opportunity when someone else comes in, they'll just go, "Oh yeah, I'm Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm Bill." And then you're like, "Yeah, you know," and you try and cover it, but they know that you know.
Yeah, 100%.
That they know you didn't know their name.
Yeah.
And it's just a horrible thing, and I hate it. And especially, and the other part, the 5 point or the 5A bit or the 5.1 on this is just when you go with the wrong name confidently and you just get it and then they correct you.
I never go with a name. So one thing that's really hard is if there's the person there that you don't know their name and you need to introduce the person that's with you, I'll always say, this is Walley. And then they then go, "G'day, Walley, I'm..."
Kylie and I are good with this. Okay. So we'll go, you introduce yourself first and lead, almost like going in, as in and you get the name out of them before they even come to me. So you lead by a half a metre and go, "G'day, how you going? Do you know, you know my wife, don't you, Kylie? Yeah, I'm Mick." And then Kylie's half a metre behind. He's got to give me the name.
Yeah.
Because then it's that sort of thing. So we're pretty good with that. But the wrong name, no. And tough. I'm sorry, I'm no good with. I'm no good. I know everyone says that. My mind's cooked. All right, number 4. fucking hate this. Getting your words mixed up or your order wrong at like a cafe or a restaurant or with the bistro, and you're just stumbling out, and you just don't like the way the verbal interaction went.
Yeah.
And others, and I mean, I've seen this. I'll always remember I've seen the worst of it at a cafe, and I've always tried and put myself in a position and go back and go, at least it wasn't that bad. And I'll use the example of a friend of the show that's been on the show, Nathan Brown. Nathan Brown of 5 goals on James Clements in the fourth quarter fame. Who liked me dropping that.
Nathan Brown of...
Yeah. Keep that. Anyway, Brownie, we love Brownie. I've worked with Brownie for years, but Brownie, we were ordering coffee one day, and this sort of behaviour is what I'm talking about. And I've done it, but never this.
Brownie's not rude. He's just...
No. Anyway, so what it is with him is that he went up and ordered a coffee, and he goes, "Can I get a black white coffee?" And they go, "What?" And he goes, "Like a black white," and he wanted to get the word out, and he goes, "You know what I mean?" And I'm like, and I knew exactly what he meant. I'm just waiting. And then she worked it out eventually. She goes, "Oh, do you mean like a long black with milk?"
A dollop of milk, yeah.
So that was it. So I'm like, okay, that is the absolute barometer of bad barista chat.
Yep.
But the amount of times I just stumble across, and then the awkwardness as well, the awkwardness of when you order a coffee one way and then you get it a different way. For example, I get a strong or I get a 3/4. They both taste strong. One's got more caffeine than the other, right?
Yep. And less milk.
And less milk, all of that. So it's just I get one or the other depending how many coffees I've had. And you go to the same cafe and they think they're on top of it, and then you got to correct them, or you've just got to just have the one you're not after.
No, I get that. So we even order, my partner and I, when we go to our local, and there's 2, hopefully they don't listen to the pod. No, they're great. There's 2 baristas that know our order that I just have to go, just 2 please. But then when because they also make the coffee and they do an unbelievable job, when there's someone that's just a staff member there, I always have to say my order again rather than just saying just 2. And the order is very specific because my partner gets almond milk and I don't. And it's just like my stress is always, I hope the 2 girls that I have a good relationship with that know it off by heart are serving me, because if I have to fucking reintroduce the order again to another staff member, it's just going to take time, and then they don't know your fucking name. Yeah. And everyone says Sam for me. I always say Simon, and then the cup says, I don't understand the difference, but yeah, tough.
The other part of that is if like there's the overconfident baristas that they just think they know your order and they just don't, and that's another level of awkwardness. All right, number 3, and this is just, these can spiral out. You hit send too fast, and before you can get the corrective text through, you see the bubbles going, and then you mess it up, and it comes through, and you're like, shit. I'm not talking about autocorrect. I'm talking about just going too early, doing
Can I just ask, is predictive text is not based on, like social, it's like if you go, you check your Instagram and the algorithm's really fucked. It's like, yeah, because you're looking at some weird shit. With the fucking predictive text, it's always random shit, like words I've never said before.
Yeah, that's what annoys me.
It should be more
It's like, if you're ever,
smart.
If
like
you're
the
ever correcting... If you're ever correcting,
like it's word, they're not actual
like
words.
The word punting,
that
I write in,
and it'll say bunting. I'm like, I've never fucking used that word.
No,
I've never used the word bunting outside.
Don't play baseball.
Yeah,
so it's anyway, absolutely, yeah. So there you're heading to. Okay, now the top 2 are 2 for me that I've had probably all my most awkward moments that stay with me. First one is, it's around communicating with people, but I think the best way to describe it is this. It's being caught in a situation with somebody. It's not somebody you don't know, because it's pretty easy. Somebody you've just met, you can talk to, you can ask a lot of questions. It's that person that they're a genuine acquaintance, but you guys really don't have any chat. Always worse when you've got a third person in there that's like the glue between the 2 of you, and then they leave, and then you 2 are left there. You don't have a reason. Neither of you have a reason. You're at a function or something. Neither of you have a reason to leave. Mm-hmm. You know you got to put in 1 to 2 minutes of chat before you go, I've got to go to the loo or I need to get a drink, whatever it is. And then you were just caught and trying to come up with conversation that you've gone over, and it's just a fucking
So, how
nightmare.
about those Hawks, eh?
Yeah, it's real. Oh, yeah, you did. Yep. Oh, yeah. And it's like, oh, yeah.
Much on for the weekend?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, I knew that. Yeah. And then I get caught in, I feel like I get caught in these situations a lot.
Same.
And
they're impossible.
Yeah, and then the worst is like, oh, so who do you barrack for? Oh, I don't really have a team. Well, it's, oh, fuck, mate, what am I meant to do here?
Yeah.
Like, you're not.
Yeah.
You got to give me a
read any
little.
good,
give
read
me
any good,
something.
Read any good books lately?
Just
Like,
give me a little something.
Yeah.
Not really a sports guy. Oh, come on, man. Anyway, that's number 2. Number 1, and this is the most awkward thing, and I really battle with it. I led with handshakes gone wrong, but it's any touching. You go in for the hug, handshake, and the other person's thinking it's the other way around.
Yeah.
The dap doesn't go. You both have different thoughts on it.
That.
The worst is also when you go into dap and everyone knows you dap into a hug.
Yeah.
And they go, nah, come here, and they push your hand, and it's like it's all you've just got to I just sometimes I feel, and it's how you end up. And it sticks with me longer than it should. Yeah. If it goes bad, I'll be thinking about it for days.
Oh, mate, I will too.
I can remember random interactions from years ago where it was just like, oh, that was a bit awkward where we didn't really get the shake right.
And you want to rectify it the next time you see them.
You do.
Because it becomes a thing. Because you know this is what fucking middle-aged men are like. It's in their mind too. Last time we...
Because you have good dap up chemistry with some people and not others. We're pretty good on this pod. In this era, we're pretty good.
I actually had Joey before when I came in.
I hadn't always had, but I've got it down. But I've had some.
Well,
but even
we have a good one. We know what we're doing. It's always the same thing. But we just had a shit connection before. It was like this.
It's just horrible.
Yeah, it's awkward.
And so
But males don't forget that. They go, last time I dapped him, it was a bit clunky.
Yeah, you've got it. So it's just it sticks with me. But yeah, so that's top 5 things that probably shouldn't stick with me, but they definitely do.
Really good list. I thought it was like fantastic. Heaps of great talking points. Just on the handshake thing, one thing I find really interesting, and I don't know whether this is the same for you guys, but there's certain people that you don't see them from a distance, and then all of a sudden they come into your vision, and it's like your brain just flicks a switch and you go, that's a handshake. I know that's a handshake. Then it's amazing how your brain identifies and remembers that stuff.
Is it funny as well? Like when you got a group of people that you know, but you give a few people a handshake, but a couple like dap up. Yeah.
No, but it's 100%.
The Key and Peele skit.
Yeah, it's like, you must be really tight with that guy.
It's like, it's like you're going to be a handshake, you're going to be a dap into a clam, and then you're going to be a dap into a hug, and then it's like the whole thing is. I think it's also you have different ones. If you dap someone up versus handshake, it's always the same. But the hug is just if you haven't seen each other for a little bit of extra time.
The best one's when you get a dap and a hug with someone that you never thought you could do it. And then
it's good.
You've had a few beers and you went in a bit confident, and then they get you back.
Yeah,
and you're like,
so good.
Fuck yeah, I didn't know you had it in you, champ.
And then you champ them. So yeah, but
great areas. That was a fucking great list.
Yeah.
More of that, please.
More of that. Yeah.
DT's list.
I'm so excited.
We've got the Pendles jumper.
We've got it in.
I was being I was being a bit of a dick last week with the whole Boomer stuff. I was just being, I was just trying to fire DT out for no real reason. But we're actually celebrating Scott Pendlebury, 433 games, nothing to be sneezed at. DT's list is always an interesting thing. We don't know what he's going to bring, but we agreed last week that we were going to go with DT's list, and he's smiling in a sort of a cheeky fashion.
I'm actually really excited.
Could be anything. So what is it? Like, what is it? I don't know.
So it's my favourite moments of Pendlebury.
Yeah, nice.
So instead of it being like, oh, these are his best games, these are like the moments where like...
that meant something to you.
Yeah, and it's just like when I see them, I'm just like, fuck, I get goosebumps or something like that. So...
Get an erection.
Yeah, all the time. So this is kind of in order, but no particular order. So number 5 is obviously this weekend. So it hasn't happened yet, but it's just that exciting. So game 433. Probably never going to see it again. 95 plus thousand people there. I think... I'm pretty sure the highest attended game in AFL VFL history for non-finals.
Was there a 98? I reckon there was a 98.
Did we never hit 100?
It is 99,256 Collingwood versus Melbourne 1958.
Oh, so it doesn't really
and then
count.
The other two, Collingwood, Essendon, Anzac Day, 95,179 2023, 94,825 in 1995.
Is that just the MCC let us down there? Because you know how there's always that little bit in the top of the MCC. Is that what it would be?
Could it be corporate as well?
Yeah, but...
And it's just people just don't rock up.
Everyone should be rocking up to this. Like could we get 100?
So that's why I was going to propose the question. How many people do you reckon are going to be at this game? Because it's sold out.
92 is my guess.
Could it break all-time records?
Can we just appreciate they've sold the venue out and there might be 8,000 people that don't turn up. That's just mind-boggling, isn't it, when
Yeah.
you think about it?
Yeah. Well, I guess it's people that have medallion clubs that maybe don't use them and then don't give them to someone else. Like, that's a thing.
Give
that
them to
happens.
people. If
There's
you're
also-
a member, if you're an MCC, get there. Do it.
Well, you
Just get in
can't.
there.
Unfortunately, you can't. I mean, you can get guest passes. Well, you probably can't if it's sold out.
No,
but
guest
yet-
passes are sold out.
Unfortunately, you can't. Like, I can go, but I
That's what I'm saying.
but I can't give my membership
if
to
you're a
anyone else.
Medallion Club AFL member and you can slip it
Yeah.
on the table, do it. If you're an MCC, they're a little bit tighter.
I'd give it to a
Go.
Collingwood fan that's desperate. Yeah, I don't want to lose it either. Anyway, doesn't matter. Nah, because I've the clipboard's come out before and they've checked before, so I
All
just
right. What's
Yeah.
at number 4?
Pendlebury's right foot goal in the 2010 prelim final against Geelong.
Oh yeah.
So it was his second goal of the game. So obviously we're pumping in that game, and just the commentary. It's like Dane Beams has the ball in the middle, like gives the ball to Pendlebury. Pendlebury on his right foot had Daisy Thomas in the pocket. Just goes himself opposite foot goal, and then followed by the Ben Johnson goal with the commentary. They've kicked 7. That's one of the games I love to just watch back.
Is that
Yeah.
is it 70 points?
Yeah, it was a big margin. But yeah, that's just like one of the games, one of the moments where it's like the crowd. Like I get massive goosebumps, just like the crowd noise and like I've been to some unbelievable games, and like at that game, just one of those moments where
Yeah.
you're just like you can't believe you're here, sort of thing.
Yeah.
That'll be on your playlist, DT.
Yes, it
Pretty
is.
lucky being a Pies fan in a way. Like, it's very, very rare that you don't have a big crowd, no matter what the game is or the moment is.
I think I kind of take it for granted sometimes. Like obviously
Yeah.
you go to a 90+
Players
thousand
would.
Anzac Day every week,
Scott
or every
Pendlebury
year.
would.
Sorry.
Think about when we had Titch on. Think about when Tom Mitchell was on the show, and he actually goes like, Hawthorn great. Loved my time up in Sydney.
We're all big clubs.
But he goes, but there's something different about
Yeah.
playing for Collingwood. He goes, the only one I could probably like it to is maybe Richmond when they're up and about.
But even then, it's
And
not
even for
the
the
same.
players to understand that and appreciate it, it is like the Richmond
Yeah.
17, like
Yeah, when they-
908
when they-
day,
yeah.
that was bonkers. But
None of
Collingwood
them
is
went to
every
Marvel
week.
yesterday. No Richmond fans went to Marvel.
Would you have gone?
What
What are
probably
they going to see?
Probably not. No, I'm just saying, but Pies would.
Anyone else get not to hijack you? See anyone else? You just had enough of hearing how they're a pressure team and they had recorded the lowest pressure rating ever, and they don't tackle.
Yeah.
They don't tackle.
I know.
I don't understand. Anyway, go DT number 3.
So number 3, there's 2 here. So obviously his Anzac Day performance this year, and also 2011 Dreadlocks Pendlebury. 34 disposals, 3 goals, his second Anzac Day medal. I think there's something about the Dreadlocks where people just love, like, Pendles having dreads. Like,
It was
who
random,
would have
wasn't it?
thought? Yeah.
Really
it
random.
was really just off brand, but it was great.
Yeah.
So his Anzac Day performances are just elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 Anzac Day medals.
As good as it gets.
Number 2, his kick to Jack Ginnivan, well, it was to Jack Ginnivan, but went to Jamie Elliott. Round 23, 2022 to St. Carlton.
Ha.
For
I was
us to be-
there.
Yes, us to be top 4 cutting out of the finals. Down Pomfret stand end. Unbelievable moment.
That's the loudest I've been. I think that's the loudest I've heard the G. I know you were at the GWS
Yeah,
prelim.
GWS,
That's what
yeah.
I hear was even louder.
I was that one too.
Yeah, unbelievable.
in 18.
To
Not 18.
just to to navel gaze, but to that moment. So on that Sunday, I was at Marvel and it was a dead rubber. 2022, it was Sydney versus St Kilda, and the Swans were obviously at 2022. I think were top of the ladder. They went on to, or maybe second, whatever they were. Obviously, they had a good year. They made the grand final, but because of the time, that was the 3. Your game was the 3:20 game. The Saints game was 4:40. At half time in the Saints game was when the Carlton game was ending, and we were all in the Medallion Club bar watching it. Like, no one gave a shit about the fact that the players were back on the ground in the Saints Sydney game. And I've never seen a bigger reaction like, oh my God, like a Carlton, because it's just like, they're fucked it. Like, that was I actually was like, I even turned to a Sydney bloke who I didn't even know, and I was like, I actually fucking feel for them a little bit.
Oh,
here.
mate, it was brutal.
Like, I was like,
As a neutral at the ground, it was absolutely brutal. There was a bit of laughing as well.
yeah, it was
but
laughter. It
all
was
so
like, I
brutal.
can't fucking believe this, but I can. And then I just remember going, you know what? Actually, you wouldn't have given a fuck. But I was like,
Oh,
I do.
no, that made them happy.
Yeah, of course it
Collingwood
did.
fans would just...
Oh, and if I was a
Mate.
Collingwood, to be honest, 2 years later, we played them in that game that Higgins kicked the goal with 10 seconds to go, and I was laughing as well. But I still was like, oh, fuck, I feel for him. Because how the fuck did they miss that year?
Yeah, I think it was even I think it was 7AFL put out like a Carlton can smell finals. And there's like
Because they lost to the D's very narrowly, like as well the week before that.
Yeah.
Like, they had so many chances.
And then so number 1, 2010 grand final and 2023 grand final. So obviously 2010 was the birth of Scott Emblebury.
Yes.
So obviously in the replay,
The
29
replay.
disposals, 11 tackles, 6 clearances, Norm Smith medal. And just the 2023 grand final, probably the greatest day of my life. I think his third quarter, 11 disposals, 9 kicks, 2 handballs, 3 marks, 3 tackles, and that goal. When the game was on the line, and then Collingwood had about 5 or 6 behinds in a row, Bobby Hill has the ball in the pocket, finds Pendles, who isn't really... His set shots aren't the most accurate thing. It's like when he had the ball, I was like, oh, I'm kind of a bit nervous here. But obviously the pressure of the game, the grand final, the ball in his hand,
It's
just
great,
like,
yeah.
and then to kick the goal, oh mate, that I still get goosebumps. I watched the highlights of that game again last night just to.
It's a great call because I feel like Pendlebury and Jack Crisp's grand finals and De Goey probably don't get as much of the credit because obviously Bobby Hill won the Norm Smith.
Yeah.
And
Even,
people think about moments, but fuck, they were good. Some of the goals Jack Crisp kicked to just keep you in
the one on the
first
goal,
half.
the one on the sign, and the one like 55 out.
And Jordan De Goey at quarter time and Jordan
Yeah.
De Goey at the end with the clearance where Dacos gives the handball, like just like almost like chilling,
it's
like
the moments,
like think hairs on the back of your neck type shit.
Yeah.
I still get the goosebumps now. It's
Fuck, this is a Collingwood podcast, isn't it?
yeah, I love it. I love
It's
it.
all right. Pendles deserves it this week, honestly.
Yeah, that's the 5 or 7 there. But,
That was a great list.
Very good, DT.
I actually
good.
thought this would have been funny after my fucking dig last week that you were going to just do your 5 Pendlebury moments, but they were already dominated the Saints. Or something.
Yeah.
That would have been good if you got that in. And my prediction 92. Wally, what do you reckon for the crowd?
I really hope it's 95 plus. I'd love them to get to 95.
I reckon 92,000 and 92 points is the margin. I reckon they absolutely pants West Coast.
I'm going to say
you're right.
96,242.
Okay. That would beat a lot of the other numbers you brought up. Wally, I believe you've got a statement to read. So last week we mentioned that Pizza Hut on this coming Saturday now was not happening. We didn't share any follow-up content because we've been waiting on some more information that you've got to hand.
I do. We've got to end the show this week on a bit of a down note, but it's going to give some context. And I'll just explain what's happened here. I've got some notes. So in regards to the Pizza Hut challenge that we were running at the All You Can Eat Pizza Hut in Ballarat, the decision was made very recently, but this would be postponed. We don't want to ever say it is cancelled because we think that we need to be dreaming big and
we can make it happen.
we can make it happen.
Just not this week.
Just not at this stage. Now, there's a few outside areas and some internal stuff that's gone into this. So I'll just take it. We got to a position which we didn't share publicly that we decided the correct number to have was 4 entrants. Or 5 entrants. 4 plus an honest beers slot. Okay, so that's what we thought was best. Now, this is what then happened. So the 5 are locked in. The local entrant, there was a footy mix up with local footy. Local footy, we've always said, we've been big on this. Even food, local footy comes first.
Yep.
It's local footy first, then family, then everything else.
Yep.
That's the order. So we go, do you know what? You go look after your club, you need to do
The great
that.
Jake Dunn. Shout out to him.
So that was first.
Yep.
Then we had two things. One, we found out DT actually lied on his application.
Yeah, that was...
and to give us the slot, and he didn't actually clear the 50 spuds on Christmas Day.
Yeah, it was almost like
That was
40
funny.
or
But
something.
we also did realise in the moment that if DT was in the competition, it was going to be pretty hard for us to capture it on video because he's our producer. So we did work out that, okay, do you know what? We have 3 of the best eaters going around.
Yeah, we can still do this.
Of different ages, shapes, sizes, fitness levels, all of that. So we're on here. Then what happened with these is that Pato, our man Pato, friend of the show, basically part of the family here, did what Pato does, and he just absolutely tripled.
Bit of local footy as well.
It was local footy as well, but his failed a little bit more. It was a little bit clunkier. In terms that happened, and it was probably, I don't know if it was.
He did message me after listening to the episode last week and said, I'm actually feeling like weights off my shoulders. I feel a bit better because I was like, wherever you reschedule it for, I can be there.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We feel like trying to work it on during footy season on a Saturday, probably not the best in ours. So then we were left with, we had an internal discussion, and we said we are going to have like Seabiscuit, War Admiral, like match race. Like we are going to have 2 of the absolute greats. We're going to have Tom Flanagan, so Flanners, go head-to-head against Will Taylor. Just ultimate heavyweight next-gen battle. And that's what we were doing.
Eat Ballarat out of pizzas, basically.
So then what we had to look at there is that we go, okay, how is this actually going to work out? So we got Flanners who, at the end of the day, is a 50-50 to turn up. There's no guarantee. But then Flanners was like, all right, I am going to go to the Cats game. I'm going to go to the Cats Swans game and you go there. So this is close enough. We can get him close enough. So it's okay. We think we're going to be all right. And then I have to put my hand up because in a video that was leaked, may have cost us the competition. So we're going to throw to a video now from Will Taylor that he sent through.
Oh no.
There was a competition there was a video that went. You guys thought you were very funny filming me and fucking revving me up about Vietnamese food.
Oh no.
And that may have cost us the competition. So let's throw this video of Will.
G'day, Leggy and Wally. It's Will Taylor here. Obviously, I was going to be coming with you boys to the We Can Eat Pizza Hut Ballarat Challenge, but I've been listening to a bit of the pod, and I've been getting a little bit of feedback from Wally. He's just been chewing my ear off about banh mi's and full bags of dim sims. So I'm actually not going to be coming to Ballarat anymore because I don't like pizzas. If you've got banh mi's or dim sims, I'll 120% jump on that challenge. But yeah, sorry, not for me, guys. I'm ruling myself out. Deemed unfit for pizza eating. Sorry, lads.
Oh,
So,
wow.
We'll follow that up with a chat to me. There he goes. Look, I'm a banh mi guy now.
And you can't take banh mi to a Pizza Hut.
No, and then the other thing is that Will, so much so, and lives by this. So I have the pleasure of working with Will each week, and we go to one of the banh mi establishments in the city every Wednesday. And Will has created his own meal deal there. So they do some dimmies as well. So he gets a banh mi with a couple of dimmies and a drink. It's not their meal deal. He's created it. So he is now banh mi and dim sim guy. And that's on me.
So even if we postpone it, he can't be part of it.
Well, he has now said that he is going to be exclusively a banh mi guy, and he's happy to do a banh mi eating challenge or a dim sim eating challenge. But that being said,
we're getting away from the nostalgia.
But I did speak to him afterwards, and he said, if you redo it, very happy to come and be a part of it.
Yep.
And he could even be like, I reckon he made a great special comments guy.
Yep.
On the commentary. And I think what'll happen is if we're not doing, let's be honest, if it's outside of footy season, we've got a ton of entrants.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing with us was most of the people that are still happy to do this to their body outside of Flanners play enough sport to be able to go 20 plus pieces of pizza is okay because I play sport. I don't think Flan mind. So the whole thing is that if we do it outside of footy season, it's going to make it a lot easier. And let's be honest as well, I would have felt terrible if we go down there. Pendles game, we need DT at the gym on Saturday. That's where he needs to be. So that's what's going on. Unfortunately, guys, it's not going to be happening. But that gives a little bit of further context. I apologise. I am going to stop pushing. I'm not going to stop pushing cuisines on people.
No, absolutely not.
But maybe, just maybe, I should just explain that as fond as I am of banh mi's and dimmies and stuff, I eat other things.
Yeah, there's that, and there's a bit of rumours swirling around that there might be a scandalous video coming out as well about us and the Pizza Hut.
Oh, it's not good. It's not
good. I've heard about this.
Yeah, so that could be dropping in a couple of days. There's a bit going on with this. There's a few rumours around the Pizza Hut side of things. So at least we know that it's definitely done. So if you're intending to go down there, you can't. Thanks for the update, Wally.
They can still go and support.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, 100% go. Get down. But can I be honest? It doesn't. This is not the reason this is in operation is that it's pumping. Like, this is busy every week.
Do you know what I got from?
So this is not a scenario of, oh no, they're helping us. We're not like giving them business. They don't need the business, mate. They're fine.
Do you know what I got from Patrick?
Pizza Patrick, yep.
Pizza Hut Patrick. I actually messaged him last week and said, hi, Patrick, I've got some bad news. We're going to have to postpone. I didn't say cancel, I said postpone our event at the restaurant on May 23 due to some unforeseen circumstances with our team. I'm so sorry to do this. I'll be in touch about a new date. He just said, okay. He just okay.
He's such a pro. Because the thing is that, again...
He also replied within 30 seconds.
Yeah, we need them more than they need us.
They're going to be...
Yeah, we were going down to order like a few people some pizza. It wasn't like we weren't.
Anyway,
this could have been their grand final though.
Yeah,
it sounds like when friend of the pod and legal advisor Chris Bowie was down there a few weeks ago. That was grand final. It was bursting at the seams.
Yeah, that was jam packed. My fear is that we arrange something with Patrick and he goes, I can't facilitate that because I don't trust you guys. But we'll see.
I'll book the next one.
Yeah, okay.
So there you go.
Yeah, under the bonus years.
So sad night to sign off on today, but I think that what it does is it enables us to focus on other things moving forward, and there's some fun stuff coming. And as I said, also just another thing for us, please, if you have any other Australian owned manufactured made food or beverage, tell us.
100%.
I mean, I think most food's been made here, but like, my point is that we are
Yeah, talk to us.
we're big on that space.
We're happy to promote it. Get around some of the local.
Apparently, there's good Australian whiskies.
Yeah, okay.
So you know,
You didn't have a Simon's Choice, did you?
no.
Yeah, cool. I've done the rundown, but we're not doing that at all. DT, you've been great. Good luck Saturday for your Idols
Yes, big game.
game.
Big game. I'm excited.
Just make sure if you're sitting in the row in front of DT just to watch, just might be a little get poked in the back.
Oh, it's not that big, mate.
And Wally, thank you for just opening up there. RE Pizza Hut. Great weekend we had, and yeah, you've been great. Go Saints.
Go Hawks.